Technology has changed the way we do business in the 21st century. It has allowed international businesses to stay connected 24/7 across the globe. Since the introduction of the Internet, businesses have used it effectively to communicate and work more efficiently. The rise of social media is a good example of this, communicating to customers through sites such as Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. International businesses learn that to be competitive in an increasingly global competitive environment, investments in technology can influence a sequential rise in corporate profits and productivity as technology assists with finishing tasks with speed and accuracy. The most transparent change with the innovation of new technologies is among the retail sector. Physical stores such as Topshop have chosen to move into the online sector, creating websites to reach internationally based customers. This strategic move was based on the factor of staying competitive among born global online businesses such as Black Milk Clothing and ASOS, which offers free worldwide shipping and the option of pickup from a local distributor. But that's not all. Technology has changed how we do our groceries, mobile, and online banking, even how we check in for a flight. Apple is just one of the international businesses thriving as a result of increasing demand for technological advancements.
Crowds have already started queuing outside the Apple store in New York to get their hands on the new iPhone 5. The first in line have been there since last Thursday, but the phone won't hit the shelves until Friday.
I pretty much have many of the Apple devices, actually, from the very first one. But the 5 is substantially better than the 4S.
Pre-orders for the iPhone 5 exceeded 2 million in 24 hours, more than double the amount for the 4S.
But many ask the question, has technological innovation gone too far? Overwhelming demand for technology can harm international businesses, especially with negative publicity when they can't supply the product or service. There is confusion and inefficiency created with the increasing introduction of new technologies and limits in training and development. The adoption of technology has also resulted in a dependence of electronic communication over face-to-face communication. People are becoming more complacent with placing importance on the development of interpersonal skills in the workplace. Important skills such as communication skills and negotiation skills, among many others. There is also the rise of cybercrime with the increasing adoption of new technology, especially the threat of identity theft, which has become far easier as technology adoption increases.
Technology is now an unavoidable part of everyday life, but with advances comes new threats to security. A newly released report shows almost 5.5 million Australians have been victims of cybercrime in the past 12 months. Sarah Coates has more.
Yes, that's right. With people in Australia and around the world increasingly living their lives online, cybersecurity has become a real concern. I'm here with Adam Palmer, who's a cybersecurity expert for Norton. Now, Adam, tell me about the key findings.
The Norton Cybercrime Report found over 5.5 million victims in Australia last year, with a total cost of over 1.65 billion Australian dollars.
Were you surprised by this?
What was surprising is that 15% of people reported they've been a victim of mobile cybercrime. So we're really seeing a shift to social networks and mobile devices being targeted.
And Adam, what can people do to protect themselves?
The key finding of the Norton Cybercrime Report was simple safety steps. Change your passwords frequently, stay aware of the threat, and really use good security software.
Thanks, Adam.
Associate with other firms in particular, click the button in terms of how it's impacted sales and things like that. I bought my coffee this morning on my phone and then went and picked it up, you know. It's just that progression making things a little bit more convenient. I don't think you can spin a negative to it. You're always going to have some kind of people trying to tell you that there's security issues and things of that nature, but I think it's definitely a positive.
Technology generally has advanced people's ability to do their job. There's some technological areas people can't keep up with, and sometimes that's more time consuming. Generally, my opinion is that the IT industry as a whole is putting more workload onto the user of IT by allowing businesses, commercial businesses, to offset that against their own labour costs. So there's been a transfer of labour from commerce to the user of the IT to save money, to increase commerce profits.
The biggest impact I see is within retail. I think it's extraordinary how close products and services are now to us. We can pretty much get anything we want from anywhere around the world very, very quickly. I think anyone starting a retail business now is thinking seriously as to whether to start it at a brick and mortar location or whether to start it online. I think if you look at the top 10 most interesting retailers that have started business in the last 2 years, they're all online.
I don't think either. I think it's somewhere in between. I think the way technology is used in its setting can be very valuable. I think it can move us forward to the future, but if it's seen as having a negative impact, of course it will have a negative impact. But if it's embraced and it's actually used by business to actually forward their company, I think it's fantastic.
就好像比如说是有一些那个跨国公司，然后他们比如有什么紧急的事情，然后需要开会商量什么新产品或者是什么的，然后如果特别着急的话，就可以什么电视会议啊，或者通过电话会议啊，这样就节省了时间，人力、物力、财力什么的。
那在那个损害方面，你觉得科技是给贸易带来了一个怎样的影响啊？
坏处嘛，我觉得就是说，感觉人与人的沟通好像少了一点，就是不能面对面的那个沟通。
那你觉得在您生活当中，那个科技给您带来了一个什么样的贸易的影响呢？
生活中那还挺多的，就比如说，平时上班挺忙的，然后
不过现在你
经常在网上买东西，然后就感觉也不用去商店，特意跑去商店什么的，还挺节省时间的，而且比有些东西去商店还便宜。